And now it's time for everyone's favorite Zoom Facebook Live comedy game show, Fill in the Blank, with your host, Aaron Blanck, and our house band, Papa Kozac. Hit it! Brian, where's Maggie?
Ghost Aaron. I kicked her out of the band. Because guess who I just found outside smoking a joint behind the dumpster?
What's happening, Jellicle Cats?
Janis Joplin? Well, does she know the song?
Oh, yeah.
The only one way to find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fill in the blank, 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 blank. Fill in the blank, 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 blank. Fill in the blank, 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 blank. Fill in the blank. Fill in the blank.
Not to dead celebrity.
Fill in the blank.
Question about society.
Fill in the blank.
Aaron Blanck is here to please.
Fill in the blank, 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 blank. Fill in the blank, 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 blank. Fill in the blank, 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 blank. Fill in the blank. Fill in the blank.
Hosting game show over Zoom.
Fill in the blank.
From his home and living room.
Fill in the blank.
Show's gonna start this soon.
Fill in the blank, 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 blank. Fill in the blank, 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 blank. Fill in the blank, 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 blank. Fill in the blank. Fill it up. Fill it up. Fill in the blank.
Wow! Janis Joplin. Well, you mind sticking around to fill in some blanks with us?
All right. Go with the flow.
Well, that's all we asked for. I mean, we had Sigmund Freud on the Zoom call, but we can just hang up on him, his crazy ass. And he's out and you're in. So, probably had a weird week, Brian, now that Janis Joplin lives in your apartment.
Weird but good.
Me too. Obviously, I'm dressed as Professor Trangonagle because no matter how many books you write, you don't get to tell trans people who they are.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Take that character back.
Yeah, I take it back. And as a trans non-binary gay person, it's mine now. And speaking of things that people have no right to have rude opinions about, they choose to anyway. Did you know that Black Lives Matter? Did you know that?
Yeah, I heard something about that.
Isn't that interesting? Want to thank my dear friend Michaela for getting this sign from Signs of Justice, a Black female-owned sign company. Why can't I figure out how to hold this? So look that up, and if you need signs, buy your signs from there, because this is a good quality sign. This has like heft.
Yeah, looks sturdy. Yeah.
It's a good sign. So please, by your means, for all your signs need, Signs of Justice. Justice. Justice.
Justice.
Well, I can't believe we got Janis Joplin up in the house here tonight.
So, me and Bobby McGee were gonna eat a whole bunch of magical mystery mushrooms and slip through the folds of the universe, but I don't see why we can't do both.
I'm Bobby McGee.
Oh, is that what we're going with? Okay.
Yes. She can call me whatever she wants to call me, man.
Right? And speaking of calling, this isn't a segue. I think it's time we talk about the fact that in last episode, we raised some money for the Rhode Island Solidarity Fund, and we were able to raise, and with our matching a mystery anonymous donor that I've decided, maybe that's Bobby McGee, for all we know.
Sure.
I still don't know who it is. We were able to raise $4,000 for the, which is absurd. That is more money than I have made in my entire life. And speaking of which, y'all hiring, call Aaron. I promise I won't wear this at your place of employment. But still, it is amazing what charity can do. And we have our contestant tonight won the right to be a contestant by donating and being randomly selected. So why don't we say goodbye to you guys? We'll get Janice out to fill in some blanks so I can introduce our contestant for the evening.
Right. Good luck, Aaron.
There they go. Well, hello everyone. I'm Aaron Blanck, and welcome to Fill in the Blank, the only Facebook Zoom comedy game show program that I'm currently aware of right now. I'm wearing a Transformer rings. We can take all media. It's ours now. And I'm so excited to have you watching. If you're not watching, I guess you wouldn't be hearing this. But I'm even more excited to introduce our contestant. She has been involved in the Rhode Island theater community since the 70s and knows where all the bodies are buried. Known in the gay community as Lo Mary, for some reason, she has a large fan base among Italian-American women in Johnston. She offered to appear nude in Epic's Naked Play, aka The Bedroom Plays, but instead was cast as the fully clad MC, making her the only cast member who got to see everyone naked. Hello, boys. I had her write this, and it's amazing. You may have seen her in several local commercials and indie films. She holds the distinction of appearing, and this is a true feat, in a Netflix original film which received the lowest ratings ever. She would also like to remind people to please contribute to the Fang Community Bail Fund, a wonderful local organization. So, without further ado, please welcome tonight's contestant, Mary Polino!
Aaron, is that you? Janis Joplin. I thought I was having a flashback from acid in the 60s.
Oh, that's just every day of my life, Mary.
Of course.
Janice comes in, she wafts. So how are you? First of all, you look fantastic. I'm loving you got the rainbow theme. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
And it's such an amazing that it's Juneteenth weekend and Pride weekend.
Absolutely.
Sorry, I really need a drink of water. But it's just so amazing. And it's so amazing that we could have you here. And I'm so grateful that you were able to give money. And you were one of the people who donated who didn't say, please don't put me on the show, which was a larger amount than I anticipated. And while
I'm a big fan.
Oh, wait, no, Mayor. I got to be honest though. Like, as nice as it was to know that people will just donate for the sake of donating and wanting to help people, was it great for my self-esteem that everyone was like, but please don't put me on the show? Not so much, but we help people, and that's what we do.
Mm-hmm. That's
but
right.
How are you doing, Mary? Are you excited? Are you ready? Are you planning to win?
Oh, absolutely. I'm in to win it.
And to win. You know what you win tonight? If you make any matches, if you fill in the blanks, and do you know what your prize is tonight?
What?
I don't. Honestly, we had our first match last week, and I don't anticipate it happening again. If it does, you know what? We'll take it from there.
Okay.
But this is about less about winning and more about fun.
That's right.
But also about winning.
Okay.
So let's get some of these contestants out there, and let's see if we can get you some matches. So we'll bring you back in a second, Mary. Thanks so much.
Okay.
Love you, babe. A queen. And speaking of queens, first up is a lady who's been in the news an awful lot lately. A true Southern belle, a magnolia plucked right out of Carolina. Please give a Flamingo Hotel welcome to a rematch, both Devereaux and Dubois, the senatress herself, Miss Lindsey Graham.
Well, howdy doody do. So nice to meet you.
Oh, it's nice to meet you too, Lindsay. I'm a big fan of your work.
Really?
No, you gutter troll from hell. You're a hypocritical, closeted gay bigot with the moral backbone of a Walgreens paper towel. You disgust me. You are on this show for one reason and one alone.
For tomfoolery? For silliness? For sheer unadulterated whimsy?
No, it's because I love a Southern accent, and you are just ripe for the parodying.
Oh, you bet I'm ripe, honey. This peach is ripe for the picking.
Oh, that's disgusting. You and your ladybugs are disgusting.
Don't be ageist, Aaron. One day you two will be a fading beauty queen / senator begging escorts to tickle your taint at the DC Metro Motel 6.
Honestly, at this point, I feel that way on the inside. You ready to fill in the blanks?
Oh, no, I'm much better at having my blank filled than doing the fill-in. I've just got a tiny little button down there.
Okay, that's foul and far too much. Lindsey Graham, everyone. Get off the screen. Yeah, go away. Oh, God. What a tired old queen. And speaking of tired and old, let's bring out a real queen. The queen of pop, Madonna! Oh my God.
Oh, hello, Aaron. That was quite an introduction. I'd be offended by it if it wasn't so juvenile and vague.
Oh, that's a contradiction, but whatever. I'm just jazzed that you're here.
Oh, jazzed, are you? I've never been one for jazz. I think a trumpet is just a sorry excuse for a kazoo. And we all know how I feel about kazoos. And hydrangeas! Oh, I loathe them with my whole stinking heart. Oh.
You're acting a little grand tonight, Madge.
Oh, of course I am. I have heard wondrous news today. 10 hours ago, as I was voguing into my usual rose milk bath, my rotary phone rang and alerted me to my COVID antibodies test results. I have them, Aaron. My body is the cure. I want to go out and breathe in all that hot, sticky COVID air and breathe out my delicious CO2 vaccine breath all over the world. I knew I would have something to do with saving the planet. I always do. Remember Live Aid? I said I wanted AIDS to live before anyone. I set trends. I changed the tide. I am Muhammad Ali and Greta Garbo wrapped inside Paula Abdul's vaginal walls.
Oh, the picture that paints. I have a feeling you are going to be filling in some gold for us tonight.
Oh, of course. I'm the opposite of your friend Lindsay down there. They used to call me Secretariat, 'cause it's too big. I break people.
Okay. Madonna, everyone. Madonna is here tonight, but should go away right now.
Humanity is the virus, and I am the final cure.
Oh, well. You heard it here, folks. The day Madonna dies, her ashes will be synthesized and mass-produced to fall from the sky because Madonna is the cure. I'm just kidding. We all know if she was the cure, it would not be mass-produced, and only the richest of the rich would be able to purchase it. God, isn't reality exhaustingly daunting? Let's switch it up with some pigtails and freckles that have won over our hearts, while her burgers have won over our stomachs. The only ginger not to be linked to witchcraft. From Wendy's, it's Wendy! Not William.
You forgot to mention I'm also the legendary recording artist, period. My 2018 EP, We Beefin', was said to be the hottest thing to happen to fast food since my spicy nuggets debuted. And also some people say that I'm like an unchallenged rap queen here to bless the game. So feel free to call me Queen Wendy, period.
Who is saying this, Wendy? Is it the Times or is it you? And also, I'm gonna be real, Wendy, but I think there's some things you or your brand have failed to mention. Maybe even just your logo, a bit of false advertising.
Well, others call it whitewashing. I'm sure you heard of it. Hollywood loves to do it.
Oh, they sure do. And I know this is problematic, but I absolutely cannot wait to see Scarlett Johansson play a tree.
As long as it ain't the tree from Pocahontas.
You are absolutely right. Grandmother Willow deserves better than that.
Oh yeah, that's who deserves the justice in the movie. But yes, I figured now was the best time to set the record straight or whatever. You know, take my voice back, get my brand back from the mayonnaise people who control it now. And I mean, the fact that we serve mayonnaise just disappoints me in general. And now the mayo people is out of control. But if I'm being real, I feel like people been knew the truth. Like, how else that Baconator go crazy, that spicy chicken go crazy, you can take a fried dip it in the sauce and it still be so tasty. Ah!
Wow. What's crazy is that I actually can picture hearing that on the radio.
That's what I said. We Beefin' didn't make the charts, but I'm here to announce my next EP. We Got You will. Now, like I said, my Spotify bio says that I got bars the same way I make my hamburgers or whatever, better than anyone expects from a fast food joint. And my burgers, they remain at the top, and soon my verses will join them.
I know nothing of your EP, but I'll be sure to check it out the next time I indulge in square meat. Here's what I do know, Queen Wendy, is that Wendy's has been around for a long time, and you look mighty young. Tell us your secret. Have you found the fountain of youth? Is it underneath a Wendy's? Or is it in the Frosties? Wherever it is, let me know. I know a couple of savage old withered sacks who'd love to get their hands on it. I, on the other hand, plan on aging like an old leather handbag. Distressed, but still fashionable.
Well, Aaron, I'm sure you know the saying, black don't crack, but my burger still smack, period.
Oh, yes, that old saying. We're always saying that everywhere. God, you've heard it here first. From burgers to bars, Wendy's has left me more confused and hungry from whence I began. All right, that's our panelists, seeing as we already met Janice at the beginning. So let's bring Mary out and fill in some blanks. Oh, Mary. Mary, there you are, Mary.
Aaron, may I make a few comments on some of our esteemed guests?
I beg of you, please.
Well, I had no idea that the Honorable Lady Gaga would be joining us, and it's a thrill to see Madonna. I'm a big fan. And did you know the reason that she takes milk baths now is that she developed an aversion to water, probably because she spent so much time down on the docks in the 80s. Yeah, and I also have to say I'm a big fan of Miss Wendy there. We Beefin' is my favorite jam. It's really good. You should listen to it sometime.
I'll have to. I mean, if it's anything like just what she was just saying there, I'm sure it's great. God, I'm so Madonna at the docks. So are you ready? Are you ready, Mary? Are you ready to play
Yes.
this game?
I'm ready.
Then let's get to question one. The people, question one, the people are holding their leaders accountable. Protests are happening across the world, and there are been no shortage of signs. I even saw one that said Blanck is a pee-pee poo-poo bitch boy. What do you think, Mary? Who's a pee-pee poo-poo bitch? Trump is a pee-pee poo-poo bitch boy. Makes sense to me.
Right?
I mean, listen, I remember those tapes. Well, let's see if we can get you some matches, Mary. I think you got a good shot. That seems like a popular answer now. So why don't we see if we can get Wendy's opinion? Oh, Wendy. Well, what do you have against that clown? I personally am a fan of the yellow jumpsuit.
That clown stay clowning.
That is what clowns do.
Well, I'm not loving it. Ronald swear he be the best, but like, how can you say that when the ice cream machines stay broken? Like, see my Frosties, always cold. And their fries, they can't even be called fries. They should be called flavorless starch sticks. Besides, everybody should be supporting Black businesses, aka me. And yes, I'm a billionaire or whatever. And like, yes, capitalism is like bad, but like Black capitalism, that is different, you know? Like, Black capitalism is the subsection of peak of Black excellence, point blank, period, boo boo. Like Beyonce, Oprah, the Obamas. You know, I had a great time at our semi-annual like Black billionaire events and whatever. But like sometimes it get real crazy when like Beyonce like one time got bit in the face.
Wait, you know who bit Beyonce? Oh,
Liza did.
honestly, I wouldn't put it past her. She's bitten less than Beyonce. I don't know if she could reach though. She's a short little thing, but she tried. God, not a match though. I mean, you could probably make an argument for Ronald McDonald and Trump being similar.
True.
They probably have the same makeup artist at the very least. But I think we know not the same shoe size. Well, what? You know what? Not a match, though. Let's keep going. Let's
Hey.
talk to someone who definitely would bite Beyonce. Oh, Madonna!
What?
What's your answer? Who's a pee-pee poo-poo bitch boy? Okay. Lady Caca, care to elaborate?
I spell it like I see it, Aaron. Miss Germanata is reductive and repugnant and revolting and rabid and raspy and ravenous and ratty and recalcitrant and rhetorical and raucous and most of all, recondite. Let me say that again. Recondite. Stupid bitch.
Wow. So I'm guessing you haven't booked your tickets to Chromatica yet?
Whoa! I've personally paid for all the flights to Chromatica on Malaysian Airlines.
Oh, that got real dark real fast. Woo! God, she's a character. Oh my God, not a match though. Malaysian Airlines. Was not expecting to hear that tonight. Not gonna lie to you. Ooh, not a match. Not a match. You mentioned Gaga before though, but I'll count it as a like a point one points.
Okay.
So we'll see. If you get a couple of those, maybe it'll add up to one big point. All right. Well, we're gonna get you this match. Let's see what Janis Joplin's got to say about this. Janice, come on down. Girl, who's a pee-pee poo-poo bitch boy?
I don't sling that sauce, man.
What?
You want me to call somebody out like that, man? I'm not gonna tear nobody down, man. That's not what music's about.
Okay, well, it is what the show is about. Do you want to play or not?
Fine, man. You know who's a pee-pee poo-poo bitch boy, man? The man.
Yes, he is. I hate the man.
Now, can you please mute yourself? I'm on the journey to the spiritual world.
No, you mute yourself. This is my show. Enjoy your trip.
Thank you.
Aaron, I would argue that's a match.
I mean, I think it's as close as Ronald McDonald was. I'd say so far. Well, I wouldn't say Lady Caca is the man. She seems like she's doing some good, but it's a recurring theme about fighting power and holding, power to truth. I say we impeach Ronald McDonald and we vote out and we do all of it. And speaking of people that should be impeached and voted out, let's talk to Lindsey Graham. Oh, Senator.
Edie who?
All right, tell me, what's your answer?
I won't give it until I get a heedy who.
Fine, Edie who? Now, who's a pee-pee poo-poo bitch boy?
Well, this was an easy answer for me, Aaron. There has been a rumor around Washington for years about a nefarious creature who has been performing acts of depravity and filth for years. She has been trying to turn DC into Sodom and Gomorrah just with her pelvic friction. Pelvic friction, Aaron. It's unseemly and unsightly. And she is known by a pseudonym, obviously to hide herself from any real consequences. So I said, Lady G. I hope my appearance on this program will bring the trollop to justice.
Okay, that's funny for two reasons. Number one, it's basically Madonna's answer. And number two, that's you.
I beg your pardon?
You are the Sodomic trollop known as Lady G. That's your nickname with Washington, D.C. gay escorts. Our viewers should Google it after watching the show.
How very dare you? This cheap whore has been defiling and browning sheets for years, and you think it's me? Me? I am a 70-something unmarried Republican senator who changed my opinion about a president famous for grudges and blackmail, and you think I have unprotected gay sex with escorts? I need to lay on my fainting couch. This is too much.
Well, not a match. God, if you had said Lady Gaga, you would have gotten 2 points. That's wild. How do we book these guests? That's my question. Ugh. All right, Mary. No matches yet.
Okay,
But the night is young.
that's right.
Let's go to question 2. Uh-oh. Turns out that these statues that have always been offensive just became offensive. They are being torn down left and right. I heard they're going to replace them with a statue of blank. Who's getting a statue, Mary? The Queen of Soul, Miss Aretha Franklin. Oh, she'll be on a little bit later. She'll love to hear that you had that to say.
Oh, but before she appears, are you sure that you have her check ready?
Oh,
You know she won't perform without a check.
oh, honey, she makes me Venmo straight.
Okay.
She's no fool. There's a chain of them, but she's not one of them.
That's right.
They don't call her Pay It Up Front Franklin for nothing.
You better think about not paying Miss Franklin.
That is not somebody that I would try and weasel out of money.
You got to show her some respect.
Yeah, RESPCT. Find out what it means.
Yep.
Me. Take care, TCB. So why don't we take care of TCB and see if we have any matches? Oh, Madonna!
Aaron, this was an easy one to answer. Me. I should be statued. I am the only rational choice. I am the most sinewy, chiseled woman alive, so the likeness will not be hard to make. And as I am quite small and thin, most of the rock can be reserved for my glorious cheekbones and my perfect ass and my amazing Italian thighs. I can be statues. I can be immortal. I killed God and drank his blood and woke up as his pet snake. Make me your statue. Bow before me, Babylon. I am your whore. I am your mother. Worship me. I have slightly cracked scapula, so no one should hug me tightly.
Chill out for a second.
Oh, I'm sorry if I'm too intense for your little game show, Aaron, but artists must be their art in times of crisis. Now, did I get it right? One of my least favorite children spilled water on my second favorite pair of Jimmy Choos. I don't play favorites, so I won't tell you which of them it was.
It always is.
I will say, however, it was a very teachable moment. It was a very equalizing moment. I now know what it's like to be you, Aaron. To be all of you, even you, Mary, without a second favorite pair of Jimmy Choo shoes. Now, did I get it right? I've used up all my patience for this evening with your little show.
No, Madonna, not a match.
Oh, pity.
Well, she has opinions. God, what if there was a Madonna statue? Which Madonna would you want, Mary?
I'm thinking the Jelly Bean Benitez Madonna.
The early with
The early Madonna, yeah, the down by the docks Madonna. Not too good to hang out at the docks, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would say cone bra probably would be most iconic. And, you know, the big ponytail, I think that could be cool. But I can be convinced. God, but they just don't make them like that anymore, do they?
No.
Yeah, let's all be grateful for that. All right, speaking of being grateful, how does Wendy's feel about this? Hey, Wendy's!
And the rest of the fallen. Rest in power.
And we are not joking about that. Black lives matter. Black lives are beautiful, and Black lives deserve better. Now, back to our scheduled nonsense. Let's get Janis Joplin back out here. Janis! Hey, Janis. What? All right, Janis, how you doing?
Oh, I'm swell, man.
You need a glass of water or something?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Well, I can't get it for you. I'm in another state.
That's okay.
Okay, all right. Stay with me, Jim. We're gonna fill in the blank. Remember?
Okay.
God, I think Brian's dead back there. So they're tearing down Confederate statues, and I heard they're replacing them with. They're replacing Confederate statues with moth. What? What is that? What?
Look at him. Poor little fella floating around, orbiting around his little lamp light.
Did you just answer moth because you can see a moth?
What do you want, Moth? What do you really want? You think you want that light, but it'll only burn you, man. Rise above it.
Okay, I'm definitely not supposed to disturb her when she's like this, right? It's like sleep blocking, right? Brian, I can see you back there. Can you make sure Janis is okay?
Aaron, you gotta get out of here, man. What are you doing here? You gotta get out of here. Get out! Get out! Go! Get out!
I don't know how to.
No, she needs to be talked down from her acid trip.
I'm sure they're fine. I'm sure it's okay. No matches, though, unfortunately.
Oh,
That's a shame. You know what, Mary? Maybe it goes to show that you shouldn't give to charity because it apparently doesn't do any good. This is where it led you. Oh. And speaking of people who have never done good, let's get that senator out here. Oh, Lady G!
He was a boy, just a boy. When I was a very young girl, when I was 16, I made the discovery, love, all at once and much, much too completely. It was like you suddenly turned a blinding light on something that had been half in shadow. That's how it struck the world for me, but I was unlucky, deluded. There was something different about the boy. A nervousness, a softness, and a tenderness, which wasn't like a man's. Although he wasn't the least bit effeminate looking, still, that thing was there. He came to me for help. I didn't know that. I didn't find out anything till after our marriage when we'd run away and come back, and all I knew was that I failed him in some mysterious way and wasn't able to give the help he needed but couldn't speak of. He was in the quicksands and clutching me, but I wasn't holding him out. I was slipping in with him. I didn't know that. I didn't know anything except I loved him unendurably, but without being able to help him or myself. Then I found out in the worst of all possible ways by coming suddenly into a room that I thought was empty, which wasn't empty, but had two people in it. The boy I had married and an older man who had been his friend for years. Afterwards, we pretended that nothing had been discovered. Yes, the three of us drove out to Moonlight Casino, very drunk and laughing all the way. We danced the Varsuviana. Suddenly, in the middle of the dance, the boy I had married broke away from me and ran out of the casino. A few minutes later, a shot. I ran out. All ran and gathered about the terrible thing at the edge of the lake. I couldn't get near for the crowding. Then somebody caught my arm. Don't go any closer. Come back. You don't want to see. See? See what? Then I heard the voices say, Alan, the gray boy. He'd stuck the revolver in his mouth and fired so that the back of his head had been blown away. It was because on the dance floor, unable to stop myself, I suddenly said, I saw. I know. You disgust me. And then the searchlight, which had been turned on the world, was turned off again. And never for one moment since has there been any lights that's stronger than this kitchen candle.
What the hell was that?
I thought the Tonys were supposed to be last weekend.
God, maybe it was the right choice to cancel them. Oh my God, that was Streetcar, right?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. What was that,
Mr.
20
Wah.
minutes? What was, God, you know, sometimes you gotta depend upon the kindness of strangers. But having met quite a few strangers, not the best way to live your life. But I would say that now seems like a good enough time to take a break as any. Why don't you go get yourself a drink, Mary? I'll bring you back out in a minute.
All right.
Because now it's time for a new segment we are calling What's in My Purse with Aretha Franklin. Take it away, Riri!
That's Miss Franklin to you, honey. The only one who ever called me Ree and got away with it was Gladys, and even she was walking a thin line. But besides that, babies, how's everybody doing? Aaron told me y'all wanted me to come in here and show off some of my must-haves in this big old hat of mine. Y'all didn't know this hat doubles as a purse, did you? Y'all want to see what's in it? I don't know why you'd want to see what's in an old woman's purse, but let's get to it. Aretha delivers, baby. Let's take a look. It's my first church hat. You know, I was only 3 months old when Mama gave this to me. She could basically carry me in it, but oh man, how do I love it. You know, Gladys tried to steal this from me once, but I wouldn't let her have it with her little sticky fingers. They'd be on a train to Georgia and I'd never see it again. What else we got in here? Some hard candies. I mean, what would I be without my hard candies? I have to keep my instrument wet my whistle. Oh, it's a little bit sticky. This is from Christmas from last year. Well, we'll just save this one for later. Maybe next Christmas it'll be hard again. Let's see. Now this is a treasure. This is my chocolate bar in the shape of Luther Vandross. Too bad he was gay. Yes, he was. He was gay. You know what? I'm not having this debate again. He was gay. Delicious. What's next? Now this is a treasure. It's George Michael's chest hair. He gave this to every one of the girls back then, but you know, he gave me a little extra because I think I was special. Sometimes I forget to floss or I leave my elastics at home and all I have to do is, bam, take out a piece of GM's chest hair and I'm saved. Hallelujah. Anyway, oh, it's my medicine, y'all. How'd that get in here? It's my inhaler. The rules are shake, carefully open, inhale, and I'm feeling much better. Never mix your medicine with automobiles, folks. Of course, I never drive, but for you non-Grammy winners, I assume you must. What else? It's the glasses from the Blues Brothers, you know? They didn't necessarily give these to me, but I ain't gonna say I stole them or nothing. Alrighty, I think we're coming to the bottom, folks, but I think that, oh, this is a good one. This is the best one. What's this? It's the donation bowl for the South County Mutual Aid effort. What is that doing? And it appears to be empty. Well, baby, we know the work is never over, and we must continue to support those in our community who are at risk or struggling to provide for their families. Aretha loves community, and she loves mutual aid. I'll be raffling off my very first Grammy to any of those folks who donate to our effort. Isn't she beautiful? This is the older model. They've updated. This is genuine Grammy. It still smells the same. But as I said, babies, please donate to this initiative that's dear to my heart. We'll post the link into our PayPal link below. I said we'll post our PayPal link below in the comments. Hopefully you're reading along and you'll click that little there link. Thank you, babies. Well, babies, my time is over, but the work never is. I don't know about you, but my inhaler must have the wrong prescription because I'm feeling a little crazy. But I'm just gonna take a couple more doses, make sure this isn't the right one. I don't want to go to the pharmacy and tell them that they made a mistake. So let me just finish it, make sure, see how I feel at the end, and I don't know, maybe pray call Taylor Swift. See you later, babies.
Well, thank you, Aretha. Gosh, who knew such treasures were inside her purse? And please click on that link that hopefully is in the comments below. If it's not, we'll put it there at some point. I don't know how to fix it. Mary, you can come back on out and now. I swear this is the
Oh, shout out to Luther.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is this like closeted gay night? This is the weirdest
It-
thing we've ever done.
Probably.
I don't know what is happening right now.
But Luke, how old are you, Aaron? Well, no, never ask a gentleman his age, but how old are you?
Hey, are you? I'm 26.
Luther was the best and biggest singer in the 80s and early 90s. He was just phenomenal. There has not been a male vocalist to replace him. I really don't think.
It's true. I don't care for male vocalists personally. But like Luther, that was a real icon. And
Yeah.
like George, she has George Michael's chest hair?
I don't even want to know. I think, did she do a duet with George Michael? I can't think of the name of it. I think she did.
Apparently they did a couple of them. that boy might have been trying to prove something to himself that just wasting time.
Yeah.
Again, more things to Google, friends. More things to Google. All right, Mary. We've had no matches yet though. So let's do our final question, see if we can get you a match.
Okay.
All right. Question number 3. A local question. Big trouble in Little Rhodey. There is much controversy over a petition and now legislation to change Rhode Island's official name from Rhode Island and Providence Plantations to Rhode Island and blank. And I know a guy. I swear, Mary, that's already its unofficial name.
I know, right?
I swear every person in, like, you know how they have the like 6 degrees of separation thing with Kevin Bacon? Every Rhode
Yes.
Islander has 1 degree of separation with every other Rhode Islander. It is
Absolutely.
every person went to school with this person's cousin who is like this, cuts hair for this.
Sure.
It's this big. But that's a fantastic answer, Mary. Let's see if we can get you a match. Let's start with old Vivian Lee, and I do mean old Vivian Lee. Lindsay, dear.
Tootsie Wootsy.
Yeah, Tootsie Wootsy. So what's your answer, you decrepit old queen?
Well, Aaron, I do not know much about Rhode Island, but I thought of my beloved Carolina and what we look for in a country. So I said, y'all should change the name of Rhode Island to a big glory hole with knee pads and ample leg room for older gentlemen who plan to spend a few days in there. And I will not elaborate on that or explain it to anyone, least of all Yankee. And with that, I say good day and good riddance, Miss Eugenia. I will be taking my business to a different haberdashery, one with cuter twinks and less judgment.
Are you Miss Eugenia or am I Miss Eugenia? I mean, I'd say I'm probably the owner of the haberdashery. But, oh my, good. Though, I mean, the leg group, that's not a terrible idea. We'll get that on the, on the memorandum for the next time the Senate is open. Not a match, though, unfortunately. God. But, I mean, good riddance to that old closet queen. The next person somebody should out is Tom Cotton. Senator Tom Cotton. Please Google and discuss his gayness until he must acknowledge it publicly. Thank you. And speaking of acknowledging gayness, let's see what Madonna has to say. Come on out, Madge.
Actually, let's not.
What?
Aaron, I am negative 35 years young. I have been in this business for decades. I have kissed everyone from Britney to Drake and done way more than that with presidents and kings and Michael Blanck. Oops. I'm a gold star slut with a waxen butt, and I am a true icon in this millennia and the last. I can open bottle caps with my thighs. I've been in movies, all of which are bad because of someone else, swept away. Don't even get me started on Adriano Giannini. I have done it all, and I assure you, I will have nothing to do with the word road, especially if it comes before the word island. Ta-ta, you frigid bitch.
I think she said she had sex with my father. Oh my.
Maybe she's your real mom.
See, I feel like that would be hard to like. There's a lot of documents that we'd have to have fun.
Yeah.
In the case. I remember when I was younger.
She's old enough, despite what she claims.
I don't know what negative 35 years means. I remember when I was a kid, I always was, because they always did movies where it was like, this is your real father, and I was like, why is it never this is your real mother? And it's like, oh, that's right, because there's a lot of steps that make it easier to prove who the mother is. God, but I gotta say, all in all, I still love Madonna, and I always will. Let's see what Wendy is up to. Get you a match. Oh, Wendy's! Wendy!
Oh.
Wait, that's just a picture of you, Wendy.
I know.
So are you saying Rhode Island and Wendy?
I'm saying like Wendy and Rhode Island. Like I'm saying like Wendy in the UK. No, I'm saying like Wendy in Bosnia. But I'm saying like Wendy in the world, y'all. Like, y'all, I made the 4 for 4 for everyone because everyone can afford the 4 for 4. And I got that 4 for 4 that licked the best, period.
Okay, I don't know if this is an answer or a run for world leader. Are you saying that you want a monopoly on burgers? Because then what happens to the other fast food chains?
I'm saying I'm fast food's first lady, you know what I mean? Like, I'm Socrates because all the other chain ideas, they come from me.
Well, what happens to Burger King, Wendy? Because I live for those cheap paper crowns. And say what you want, Wendy, but your meals do not come with accessories.
They love Wendy's because everything is so quality. Can't be no king. Your burgers ain't the finest thing. I can't believe you peasants have the audacity. You took an L the day you thought you can come after me. So what's the beef? They threaten, now they really see.
Okay, we got Wendy Angelou over here. God. Oh, and it does appear that I might make it into Wendy's next diss track. I look forward to that rhyme scheme. God, but I would say I would take her as first lady any day over some of the alternatives.
Sure.
Well, let's get Janis Joplin back out here. Hopefully she's had enough time to sober up.
Everybody run! It's Mothra from that movie.
Janis, you have to fill in the blank. I don't care if you took too many hallucinogenics and have transformed into Mothra from the Godzilla films. You have to fill in the blank.
No longer will we flicker and flit beneath the flame!
No longer will we flicker and flit beneath the fart.
done it in the musical stylings of Yoko Ono.
Did this episode actually happen?
I don't know.
I don't think so. Oh, so Janis Joplin turned into Mothra? And then sang Mothra's theme song? I think they wrote that. Which it was a pretty good song. This was a lot of music. Wendy has songs. Mothra has songs. Where's
Aretha.
my album? God. Well, no matches, Mary. But we did have some fun tonight.
We sure did.
We'll have to get them to write you a song next. Maybe about that fantastic throw over, darling. It's a shame you couldn't have any matches, but it's not a shame that you could share this time with us and all these people who hopefully will be getting the help that they so desperately need after tonight. Because I think this episode was basically a cry for help for a lot of people. And I do want to say thank you to Mary Polina for being a great contestant tonight. And we will have you back again in a heartbeat, darling.
Thank you. I loved it.
Well, it was great to have you. I mean, no matches, but you know what? That's pretty much par for the course at this point. I don't blame the celebrities. I don't blame you. I'd like to thank all of our writers, Brian, Catia, Daria, and myself, as well as the Epic Theater Company for streaming this show. And I'd like to remind everyone to pay the Black people you are making educate you on civil rights and basic decency, because it's the literal least you can do. And thank you all for watching. We were taking a tiny bit of a hiatus to avoid having a show on July 4th for a multitude of reasons. So we'll see you guys back here with some more celebrity silliness, and we promise to never, ever make sense and keep being ridiculous. And we'll be back July 11th. Good night, everyone. And remember, Black Lives Matter, Trans Lives Matter, and Black trans lives in particular matter. You are loved, you are beautiful, and nothing and no one will ever change that. Now play us out, Brian and Mothra or Janice or whoever's left. Come on out, stars. Let's dance.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Fill in the blank, 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 blank. Fill in the blank, 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 blank. Fill in the blank, 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 blank. Fill in the blank. Fill in the blank, 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 blank. Fill in the blank, 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 blank. Fill in the blank, 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 blank. Fill in the blank. Filling up. Filling up. Filling up. Fill in the blank.
Wave goodbye, stars.